السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام
El-Fatiha.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Walillahil hamd. How beautiful Allah is giving us permission to say that. Biz Osmanlıyız pictures in these days. How beautiful that our Shaykh is opening the way for us to say that to the leaders of the House of Osman. How beautiful it is that he has said that this is also his home. Be busy with counting the blessings of Allah. Remember them. Count. Remember. Don't be busy with complaining. Don't be busy with things that you want and you don't have. When you're busy with the blessings of Allah, Allah will send you more. That time you don't even have to ask. Allah knows what is in your heart and He will send. Just a thought will pass and it comes. Just a desire will be there. Before you turn left and right is in front of you. Believe me. What a big curse it is if we cannot say that anymore. What a big curse it is that we put on ourselves that we cannot say that in a Jamaat anymore. Count the small things. Say something that is going to bring benefit to you and to others, or else keep silent. This is what Shaykh Afendi is saying over and over again. I'm reminding in these 9 years, alhamdulillah. But we need more of that kind of reminding. The sign that Allah does not love that one is when he is busy with things that don't concern him. Busy with Malayani. Don't carry each other's burdens. Don't be busy with each other's business. Don't be busy with each other's lives. Don't be busy with each other's experiences, their past, their wrong things. Usually when people are busy, they're busy about someone's faults, someone's wrong things, someone's mistakes, someone's wrong actions. They're not busy with someone's good actions. They're not busy with good things that has happened. No, it's always the bad things. Be busy with the good things if you have to be busy. If not, you're going to have the sign. The sign is saying Allah does not love this one. If Allah doesn't love that one, His Prophet will not love. The angels will not love. The whole universe will not love. Shaitan will love. The ego will love. Dunya will love. Say something that is going to bring benefit to you or to others, or else keep silent. What is it that Shaykh Effendi used to say to Holy Prophet ﷺ, saying, O my nation, take care of these two parts of your body. He says, especially in the Akhir Zaman, these two parts, people are not using them properly. What is between your jaws, that is your tongue, and what is between your thighs, your private parts. If you're able to take care of them, Prophet ﷺ is saying, I will hold your hand and bring you to Jannat myself. Especially what is between the jaws, the tongue. Don't carry each other's burdens. If you know, you are responsible. If you don't know, you are not responsible. Don't try to know so much, because so many people, they are not responsible. May Allah forgive me, inshallah, and bless you. Remember these words. Don't look at who is saying it. Maybe you don't like me. It's okay. Look at who is making me to say. A man of honor is going to say, it doesn't matter who is in front there. He can be made of dirt. But that one, his creator and my creator has put him there. So I must put my head down. We're saying also, years, Shaykh Effendi had said, not my words, I'm repeating it. If you see something that is wrong, if you see something that I'm doing that is wrong, it is your responsibility to say. If you don't say it, if you keep it to yourself, then it is your responsibility. If you decide to talk with each other and make a fitna and turn that, bigger responsibility comes to you. You may ask, no one with intelligence and his right mind can say that they cannot speak to me. No one. The one who says, I cannot speak to him, he doesn't listen to me, he always wash me up and shut me down, that one, his brains have left him, his intelligence has left him. And when your intelligence leaves you, pretty soon you'll be doing things that doesn't fit to modesty, that doesn't fit to adab. Because the intelligence and haya, it comes together. Be careful, because your faith may be in danger. Because these three, your modesty, your intelligence, and your faith, they always travel together. May we be good travelers for each other, inshallah. So if you see something, you may say. We may give you answer. We may give you explanation. Shaykh Effendi also said, or we may not. We have that right. But if you decide to keep it to yourself and it becomes something that is going to poison you, later you will see nothing good in that one that you used to kiss his feet. Nothing good. Everything you will see, it is wrong. That time, Shaitan has sit on your neck and is guiding you, saying, look at that, that's wrong. Look at that, that's wrong. Look at this is wrong. Be careful. Wake up before it becomes too late. This is first for me and for those who are listening. As you like. Welcome to those who come. Farewell to those who leave. Assalamu alaikum. If you have any questions, ask. If not, keep your tongue to yourself. It is better. That tongue will hang you if you're not using it properly. Assalamu alaikum. Sit. Allah, Ya Razak, the one who provides. It is a big tradition with the Prophet ﷺ to always feed people. So don't have to make it super fancy, this or that. No, just feed people like that. We don't have to have a nice table setting, people coming in, wear suit and tie and knowing how to use which fork for which fish. Don't it? Use your hands. Allah gave this. But don't use your hand like Bengalis and Pakistanis, please. Use your hands. The sunnat is, every sunnat is beautiful. You cannot say, no, use your hands, it's a sunnat, and then you eat like this, and then you and then you put on your beard. That's not. Every sunnat is beautiful. 3 fingers. Use whatever you use, make it nice. Don't make it so dirty. To use the miswak, it is sunnat. There's over 20 hadiths about the miswak. 20. And just to have the miswak, shaitan will run away from you. Just to have it. Just to clean it, spiritually, it does so many things to you. Health-wise, it makes you more intelligent because now they're finding out. They don't trust Allah. They trust secular knowledge. That Islam had secular knowledge too, but tying it with Allah, that knowledge becomes higher. Now they know, oh, whatever that's affecting the mouth, it's affecting the brains, the eyes, the nose, the heart, the stomach, everything. No? It is. And to use this, it cleans you. Spiritually and physically. So look at the sunnats. Don't just do or you don't do. Understand it. Try to love the sunnah a bit more. When we talk about the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not just when you're sitting down, you're reading something. No. Look at what Allah has given you and love them too. Don't take anything for granted. Now when we have what the saints and the prophets they have brought, and the saints they are making it to be more open and more tasty, learn to appreciate that a little bit more. If I ask you how many of you have miswak, but you cannot now use this miswak like this, like a horse. You cannot take this miswak and put it in your turban like this. Treat it nicely. Everything is making is nice. Shaykh Effendi using this nicely, beautifully. He covers his mouth. So that time you will understand, you will feel the prophetic manners that comes with the sunnah. If not, you're not going to understand. It is sunnat, but you're not going to have the proper manners. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay. So Jummah Mubarak. Welcome to everyone, inshallah, on these days of sunnat, these days of preparing ourselves for the Hajj. Why are you walking like you are on treadmill or peloton thing these days? Huh? You making big show? Yeah. Okay, go. You can go. Ready. Relax. He's very angry at you. I know him. Sultan is not even looking up. He's saying, I'm checking out. He don't dare to go to Haji Ali because you take his chair. Never mind the thousands of chairs around. He took this one. We must understand ourselves or else we become fools. If you're not aware of yourself, you will become a fool. Ego will fool you, dunya will fool you. The whole world may look at you making that mistake like a fool, but you are the only one who says no. Shaitan did that. Everything in creation says, why are you doing this? You know better. Shaitan was teaching some of the angels. Shaitan was worshipping. On every spot in this world, he was worshipping. There's not one single spot in this world that he didn't put his forehead down to worship. And when he worshipped so much, his station rises. And he was worshipping on every level for 40,000 years, worshipping. Who can say, I worship more than Shaitan? Who? Shah Naqshbandi is saying, if only I can find one handful of soil that Shaitan did not put his forehead in, I would take all of the sons of Adam and put them there. Meaning, I will protect them from shaitan. He hasn't touched. Where did that lead him? All that service, all that worship. But you must know also, shaitan did not become shaitan just like that too. There's years in the making. Something wrong with the intention, but the reminder of Allah comes. Fix it. The one who fixes, it's good. The one who says no, 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 then the good intention may become bad too. So, may Allah not make us to be a fool, dunya and akhirat. The one who has faith, he must be intelligent. Must be. Because he looks with the nur of Allah. Cannot fool him. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. All right. Any questions anyone has? That's a short song that we give. Just a reminder, since the khutbah was so heavy a little bit. So halwa came. Recite one Fatiha and eat the halwa for the sake of that one, inshallah. All right. Okay.
Allah Ta'ala don't forgive shirk, and also he doesn't, after shirk he doesn't like he doesn't like is kibir. As you mentioned at the khutbah, mankind can have honey life. Is honey life can cause kibir? And what honey life and kibir together, what can do to person? Yeah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You all heard the question? Or are you busy with halwa? Why are you eating halwa now? Did I say to eat? Just say take. Oh, I did say to eat, right? He's a kid anyway. Afir also. Eat the halwa. You heard the question? You're saying Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Shirk and kibir. Kibir is what? Huh? Huh? Pride, showing off, arrogance. Shirk is to say that there is two Allah. There's a partner to Allah. And people in the Akhir Zaman, they don't put a partner to Allah. They say, I'm a partner to Allah. Me. They say, I can change into whoever I want. This is my life. They declare themselves to be Ilah. Very big danger. At least in the old days, they put one there. Stone something. And they say, they're not saying them. They're saying this one. Oh, the proudness of the people of Akhir Zaman, they're all declaring, I am Allah. Very big danger. Hell is one thing. Non-existence is another. Non-existence. To not be in existence. The Shaykh Afeni had said, Shaitan will scream and beg Allah to put him in hell forever as long as he is not thrown into non-existence. So, shirk and arrogance, kibir, very big wrong things you can do on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he's saying in the khutbah, the honey life that you may get when you're running for the sake of Allah, will that not lead to arrogance, showing off? Yes? A question. And what? The last part is?
What person have difficulties when they have this both of kibir and honey life?
That the difficulties he has in both, in this kibir and in having a honey life. Now, this honey life that we're talking about here, as Shaykh Maulana is saying, we don't want honeymoon, we want a honey life. Meaning what? We don't want, he's talking about love. The love that is 7 days, 7 weeks or 7 years, and then at 8th year, there's no more love, there's not real love. We don't want a honeymoon where you are in love for 1 week, 2 weeks, these days, 3 days. And then after that, reality sinks in and you don't have that love. He says we don't want a honeymoon like that, fake. We want a honey life. The whole life that you are in love. The whole life that the sweetness is given to you. That you're doing things from your sincerity and from your love. So the question is, if the honey life is given to us, meaning if it is going to be ease that is given to us, in every way, will that not lead you to being ungrateful, to try to becoming arrogant, to all those things? It is not what Allah gives you that is going to change you. It is what you have inside of your heart that will change you. For the man who has qalbun salim, Khutbah is saying, the heart, pure heart, a golden heart, like Mawlana is saying. For the person with a golden heart, like the saints, like the prophets, Allah can give them the bitterest poison, the most hard thing, and they turn it to become honey. Yes? Look at Ayub alayhi salam. Look at Holy Prophet ﷺ. What difficult lives they lived. Look at the Sahaba Kiram. The most difficult lives they had, but it didn't become poison to them. It didn't make them to hate Hasha, Allah, or creation. They didn't run away from responsibility. Their faith becomes stronger. It becomes honey. And with that honey, through the difficulty that they got, the poison, the hardship, they turn it to become honey, and from that honey, millions reaching to them until Judgment Day. If you don't have a qalbun salim, if your heart is not pure, Allah can give you honey, you will turn it to become poison. Understand? So a believer, a rose or a thorn, is saying thank you, it is coming from you. For a believer, not only is he going to say thank you, for a believer, good things now coming to him, he knows that this is a favor from his Lord, and the favor comes with tests. He's also being tested. Allah is saying, we will test you. With ease and with difficulty, He will test you. Those who are running in the way of Allah, meaning those who are, like for example, people in this world who are running for dunya, who are running to go to the best schools. You ever hear people who are running to go to the best schools, whether it's Princeton or Columbia or Oxford or Cambridge or Sorbonne? You ever hear them complaining that they have to study so much? That they say this is unfair. I have to study so much. Why so many exams coming to me? No, they don't. They expect this is part of the thing. The higher that you go, the more difficult it's going to be. You have to prepare yourself for it. Muslims have lost their minds. They become really entitled. They say, I'm entitled to get all these good things. If I don't get it, I'm going to be angry with Allah. I'm going to be angry with the Prophet. These days, I'm going to be angry with the Shaykh. But they're not understanding. If you're a believer, everything that comes to you, it is a test. The good, it is a test. The bad, it is a test. Because the good, it is coming from Allah. The bad is also coming from Allah. And Allah now is testing you. Maybe for other people, they'd be so happy. Like I said, if difficulty comes to you, you lose your faith. And you ask Allah, why is this happening? But when good things come to you, you never question Allah. You never say, why is this given to me? You say, Alhamdulillah, finally. You're walking on the road, you see money. Nobody says, this is a test for me. Why is He giving me this? Everybody says, MashaAllah, I deserve this. This is mine. Yeah. How do you say? The law of what? If you find something, you find a keeper. But the believer is not thinking that way. We are saying, this is also a test for me. The good and the bad. The honey life and the bitter life, it is a test for me. Test meaning what? Now I have to study it. I have to study it. I have to get the right answers. Very easy. It's very easy. For the believer, when honey is given to him, he shares it. He shares it. Whether it is money or good spirits, good nature, or time, or smiles, or he shares it. He doesn't keep it to himself. He shares it. When you see that believer just keeping to himself, is not participating in anything, even if he writes a check every month or something, he's not really sharing his life. Anyone can just write a check. You understand? How you know someone cares? When someone is carrying difficulties for you. You have a difficulty, and he's sharing his ease and he's carrying the difficulty from you. Sometimes you're feeling so heavy, one wrong word from someone will crush you, yes? Sometimes you're feeling so heavy, one nice word from someone, you'll forget everything. Be that person who is giving. You understand? So you share. Don't share your bitterness. Don't share your poison. The believer is not anyway. The believer doesn't complain. The believer knows there's a test. The believer quickly is going to say, Alhamdulillah, I still have my faith. Alhamdulillah, I can still breathe. How many thousands of people, they cannot even breathe. They are in suffering in the hospitals. Alhamdulillah, they run quickly to thank Allah when something is not given to them that they want, or some difficulty. They say, at least I have this, I have this, I have this, I have everything. The believer checks himself. The believer shares. It will come to the point where things that are given to him, to the believer finds it, especially the dunya, he finds it very heavy. He says, oh, I remember when I didn't have anything and life was so simple. Now, everywhere I go, I'm carrying things in my hands. Dunya. But that believer cannot say, oh, no, I give up everything. I don't want anything. I want to be that. No. If it's given to you, that time you have to give. You have to share. Don't listen to what people say. Don't listen if people are saying you're not sharing. Don't listen to people who are saying you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Don't listen to them. And usually it's the people that you help that later they're going to say he never helped anyone. Yes? They will become your worst enemies because you help them. So that's how you're not going to let it to spoil you. Good thing that you have, you're going to share. Anything good. Then you come stage by stage. Who are you going to share it with? Who are your thoughts with? Then stage by stage, step by step, you'll understand, taste a little bit of the reality of love. Well, what is that? If you love someone, if something good is given to you, if that one does not have, you feel very dirty, very uncomfortable until you give that one. Anything good you experience, you say that one must have also. That one must share. Yes? As Shaykh Effendi is saying, at least find one person. No, that one is not really your wife or your husband. We're in tariqat. That one has to be Allah and His Prophet ﷺ, and the believers. Of course you must love your husbands. Of course you must love your wives. Of course you must love your children. But don't get sucked into that. Qutbah is also saying that, no? Because we are following the way of the prophets. The prophets, they are never, they are just busy with their sons and their daughters and their wives. Never. Prophets, what is the sign that one is a prophet? He has a nation. And he takes care of his nation. Your nation is not just your family. We are on the way of Siddiqul Akbar. The nation that at least you're going to start with a Jamaat small. You can say, Of course, take care of your family, and this one, and this one, and this one. Then that time, Islam, if you don't have this, how it was going to survive for 1400 years? Like today, people, they are saying, I give zakat, I give sadaqah, but first I give sadaqah to my own family. If the Muslims had this kind of understanding for 1400 years, nothing is going to be taken care of. No one. You're not going to look at poor people, you're not going to look at orphans, you're not going to look at people who is not from your nation, not from your nationality, not from your race. You're not going to look at anyone because you say, no, first is blood you have to take care of. That is a little bit of that reality that Saleh was talking about that night. You understand? If you were there. That is a lesson for us. Do you think that was a lesson for the Holy Prophet ﷺ? No. But it is showing, Prophet is humbling himself sometimes to show his human side. So that we can look at him and say, you understand us because you feel the same way too. How are you going to trust that one if he has never understood how you feel? How are you going to trust a leader who has never understood the pain that you felt? That one is not a leader anyway. It's just a politician. Understand? So, now you are going to see who is it that you love. Then you say, share this. You cannot, your hand cannot reach. You say, Ya Rabbi, as you are giving me this, please give him that. At least a prayer, a thought. Now you're entering a little bit into love. There's no separation. And when hardship comes to you, you say, I don't wish it on that one. Comes together too. Then you're going to look into your heart and you're going to see that beloved one. Don't put in your heart anything beloved except if that one is beloved to Allah. It will be a problem. Even if you love that one so much, but that one is not a beloved of Allah, don't put in your heart too much. Put it in its proper form. Because that heart, that throne is only for Allah. And if Allah is there, those whom Allah loves, they are with Him. Don't say I'm saying they are partners. No, they are with Him. They've already disappeared into that ocean. May Allah make our hearts to become clean, to make us to love properly, to make us to love those ones whom Allah loves. May we be with them, dunya and akhirah, inshallah. Al-Fatiha. Well, what else we have? Any other question? Say.
You talked about protecting your faith and, make sure that you also protect your faith and protect the back door, because sometimes shaitan can sneak in from the back door. So my question was, is it to protect your faith, is it better, should you focus on taking out the bad characteristics first? Because I feel like sometimes you don't know it, but it comes later in life and, comes out will attack you later in life if we don't.
Yeah, but we don't have too much time,
Okay.
You cannot say, no, I cannot look at the enemy outside because I have to only concentrate on the enemy inside. These days, the enemy is not only inside, it's outside, it's on top of you, it's under you, it's everywhere. So you got to do a little bit here, a little bit there. First, you concentrate on yourself, obviously, first. Because these enemies, they work together too. What is inside is in contact with what is outside. You understand? They're in contact. So you try to get rid, yes, of the enemies inside. There are certain things, your ego is not going to be so easy and so quick for you to get rid of it. If you know that, you're controlling it, it's okay. You get up, you fall. When you fall, you get up. That is different from that wrong characteristic controlling you. You understand? The weakness that is controlling you and poisoning everything. You know the characteristics inside. Don't just say, I'm going to defeat this enemy inside, this thing inside or that inside. Look to see what invites that enemy to come. The conditions that allows those things to happen. If you know you have a weakness for cigarettes, don't hang out with people who smoke 24 hours a day. It's that simple. If you have a weakness for cigarettes, you say, I want to fight against it, but you're hanging out with people who smoke 24 hours a day and you don't even have to smoke. You're smoking more than them, more harmful than them. Yes? Later you cannot say, oh, it's not my fault, or I'm too weak, because you put yourself into those conditions where those wrong things, easy, it can come out. Try to put yourselves in conditions, run away from them. Be in different conditions where it's not so easy for that. Try to run away. This is important. First, you have to be awake. You have to be aware. If you're not awake and aware, if you're drunk, nothing can help you. The Shaykh is there for you to use. He is there to wake you up. Don't be upset with him when he wakes you up. And his way of waking up, sometimes it can be honey. Sometimes it can be something that is very bitter. Sometimes you say, come, hold my hand. Sometimes he comes riding on a horse with a whip and he will beat you. And you will say, you are a tyrant. This is unfair. This is not just. He will continue beating you until one day you throw up that snake from his inside of you. And that time those ones say, are you an angel? How did you know? But for that one who says, no, you have no right to beat me, and he's not doing anything, he's not running, he's not obeying, the snake still is inside. These days, we don't do that too. We don't ride a horse and whip you. We say, and we say, and we say. What's going to happen when they start doing that? Oh, everyone is going to run away. You understand? Okay. So, we must wake up a little bit. Protect your faith. People, conditions, ideas, places, either they're going to give you more faith or it's going to take you away from it. You decide. Even if it's someone that you love. You say, then I cannot spend this much time because this is no good. Why? Because the one that I love like to listen to, let's say, too much Qawwali. I'm sure Andy says don't listen to too much Qawwali. You go crazy. Little bit here and there, it's okay. Yeah. But you do that too much, it'll drive you crazy. Not in our way. Oh, is it because you're Turkish? No, it's because this is the way of the second Mujaddid, Imam Rabbani. He banned all Qawwali, all singing, all dancing, all poetry, everything he banned because they say too much. You pass your limits. Yeah, we allow people a little bit here and there, but don't get drunk. Whatever you do, don't get drunk. If you're making a zikr and you get drunk like that, shaitan will fool you. Don't get drunk. So good things you may get drunk. What about bad things that you are doing, people are doing? Now the Shaykh is the one who's going to say, be careful. You continue like this, you may get drunk. Be careful, be careful, be careful. And that time it doesn't matter how many times you say, come and fill me up. Come and fill me up. We do. But there's a big hole there that you cannot see. Everything we put, boof, it goes. Everything we put, boof, it empty. So you come bosh, you leave bosh also. Understand? So, this way is dangerous. Be careful. You're dealing with the heart. Be careful. Every little thing matters now, because you're dealing with the heart. Okay? Inshallah, may our faith increase. Then be around people whose faith is strong. Don't hang out with smokers. Hang out with people who, like what? Eat salad. I don't know. They eat salad, and then they're so happy. Hang out with them a little bit, it's okay. And then, don't you know, your religion is the religion of your friends. Who you mix around with, that is your religion, that is your lifestyle. So you decide which friends you want to have. Don't later blame Allah. Allah does not give choice to anything in creation, no choice. But He gives choice to mankind. He didn't give choice to ant, He didn't give choice to the atom, He didn't give choice to any galaxy. No choice. Do. Be. But for us, say, I give you a choice because I want you to understand me. If I don't give you a choice, you can obey perfectly, but you'll never understand me. Understand? And hang out with those ones, and then slowly, your faith will get stronger also. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Any other question? Yes, say.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salam alaikum. Can our Shaykh please open up the
salam.
causes of being affected by Nazar, inshallah?
The causes to be affected by Nazar. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nazar is eyes, yes? Bad eyes. What does bad eyes means? The one who doesn't like you and he wishes harm on you, whether it is he's putting something there, or he's hiring someone to put something there, or he's making bad dua on you, or he gets upset and he's envious at you, and he's just thinking, he's so good, I wish not to be good on him. All of that is falling into that category. So it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something, just a thought. You understand? That is real. Holy Prophet ﷺ has spoken about this. There are ayats in the Quran that is for this. And the Prophet says, Nazar, bad eyes, evil eyes, bad thoughts from people, because there is some beauty that you have, some good that you have, some good, and people don't like it to be on you and they wish you harm. He says it is a reality. He says even the moon, that for thousands of years everyone is praising the moon, right? You ever hear someone who says, I hate the moon, so ugly in the sky? No, everyone says, what beautiful. Prophet is saying even the moon, it is affected by Nazar. The moon. He says, so whenever you see the moon, you have to say mashallah. You say mashallah. Mashallah means what? Allah has willed it. It is as Allah wants. So how do you invite these wrong thoughts? If you put yourself forward, if you show yourself off, you have something nice, something good, and you keep showing it off, and people are looking at that, and they say, I don't like this on this person, or I wish this person loses it, or I want it for myself. You put yourself forward like that so much, so many people are going to put eyes on you. They are not understanding. They're putting pictures of their own children and their wives on Facebook and social media. Muslims, what the heck are you doing showing your wife to strangers? You have no intelligence? What the heck are you doing? Your wife, and you're showing them to strangers that you don't even know, that they may be a pervert, they may be a abusive, they may be evil people, and you're showing them every single day. Oh, you know Quran, you memorize Quran so much, but you don't know this basic thing. We're saying for our way, no good to show women to show their face on Facebook. No good to have your children to show it. People that you trust here and there privately, we may say, we may close our eyes. You cannot control them. You share something, they say, no, I'm not going to, and later they do. It's up to you. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But for our murids, this is at your own risk. I'm not forcing you. I'm not riding on a horse and whipping you if you do that. But later, if something happens, don't look at me. That time you may ask me to pray also. It may not work. It's like someone, we say, be careful. Be careful of that knife. It's going to cut you. And then you decide not to be careful. And you jab your eye, you're blind. And you say, come, please pray for me, for forgiveness. We can pray for you, but you'll still be blind. Maybe you'll be forgiven from stupidity, but you still be blind. So it's not good like that. Do it if you want. I'm not forcing you, but this is my duty to say. And that time, people are putting eyes, especially children that are so innocent. Not necessary. It's really not necessary. Whole world is completely drunk in that and blind. Nothing is real anymore. Real food is not real food until I take picture and show off to the whole world. Whatever I have to first show off to the whole world, then it becomes real to me. How weird is that? You cannot even sit and enjoy something. Muslims are number one with this racing. Now they have Muslim dating apps. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. You know why they need dating apps? MashaAllah, because our brothers and our sisters, they all live in villages and they never come out from their homes and they don't see each other. They don't see anyone. That's why it's very difficult to meet someone. Be careful, because Nazar, it is real. So, people is different. Shaitanic people's Nazar is different. Shaitan's Nazar is different. We say, we don't even say things when no one is looking. We don't even pray something. Just leave it like that, because nowhere in the face of this world or anywhere that it is empty. It is always filled with creatures of Allah that you see and you cannot see. And we are here, we are not in Jannat. We're in Asfal Safilin, the lowest of the low. We're in enemy territory. The enemies are all around us. Why are you going to behave like this? Okay, something is good, something is nice. Say mashallah. So simple. Say mashallah. Don't put yourself forward to expose yourself or your children or your loved ones. There are certain things that you can do to increase that security. You have to pray. You have to give sadaqah. Certain things that you recite, you have to ask for help. You have to step up on your game. You have to ask Allah for help. And as much as you're asking Him for dunya, ask Him to protect you against the nazar of evil ones. Don't you know that has become a whole chapter in the Quran about nazar, no? A whole chapter in the Quran about evil ones and their whisperings. A whole chapter in the Quran about hasad, wrong intention people. Don't just say, oh, no, just recite 4 quls and then you're going to be protected. You can tattoo the quls on your face. But then if you are going to be putting yourself in front of people who are evil, are you going to put the evil? Nothing is going to change for you. Like what we said, move away from those areas and those situations where the enemies are. Move away from them. And these days, Islam is not ruling. Dajjal is ruling. Be extra careful. What the Murids are doing every day, Shah Effendi is threatening us. Yes, he's saying if you don't do, then this is what's going to happen. He's advising us. When you are traveling, recite 21 Ayatul Kursi. Don't recite hundreds and hundreds and thousands too, please. If you have no permission for these things, do not do that. Because instead of having the sword in your hand and you're fighting the shaitan, you'll have 10,000 swords and you're going to hurt yourself. You understand? Give sadaqah every day, especially in the Akhir Zaman. Give sadaqah every day. Every day. Don't say, oh yeah, I give. Who you give? I give to my brother. He was out of work, so I give him sadaqah. No. When did you give? No, I give a lot. Every month I give. No, it's not like that. Don't be so American. I write a check, I give. No, it's not like that. Make it very simple. Shah Effendi says, have a sadaqah box in your home. Every time you're going out, put $1, put $2, put something there. This is to protect you, because the curses are raining down these days. They are raining. And it's going to affect believer and unbeliever. And that sadaqah, it is a umbrella that is for you. It is a protection for you. Give sadaqah every day. You understand? Recite certain things. Don't show off. Don't show off. It's no good. And say mashallah. And even then, if something hits you here and there, say alhamdulillah, Allah is reminding me. It could get worse. It could get worse. Allah is reminding me, alhamdulillah, now I have to do more. Feed people. It is very simple, these things I've said. Very, very simple, especially for us. For these things, it is difficult for so many people. May Allah protect you, inshallah. If you have a shaykh, keep close to him. Physically or spiritually, keep close to him. You'll be protected, inshallah. Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum. This much is enough. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum.
سيدنا آدم عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام